I sell this piglet at 100.
Say that one more time.
Right now I have 1 million here on the little ones. You get the point.
We want to make sure that your investment is protected. Pigs are not simply animals. They are an investment. When you make a profit off of a pig, don't spend it all on whatever you want to. You want to invest back into getting another pig for next year, getting 2 pigs for next year instead of 1, getting 3 pigs for next year instead of 2. When it comes to religious restrictions, part of the reason why people thought of pigs as stinky, stupid, dirty animals is because of how we raised them. I cannot tell you how many pig farmers in Uganda that I have met who have lost their entire operations because of 2-legged predators who would come onto their farm, steal or kill their pigs. Check this out. Hey, hey. Woo, woo, woo. She almost bit my hand.
So we are going to meet pigs and piggery project. So Muslims will bear with us because I know that one is contrary to your belief, but we need to get the marks and the understanding, all right? So understand this is the practical part of it. So this is Joy Farm. So you are most welcome. Thank you very much for coming. We are working as a team. I am also under my teachers. My teachers, all of them are here today. So I'm going to ask my teacher to introduce himself before we go to the farm.
Good morning. Thank y'all for showing up. And can we give a round of applause for Pastor John inviting us here? Good. All right, as he has expressed earlier, we understand that not every one of you agrees with piggery or pig farming. Thank you for your understanding, cooperation, and also wanting to be able to be a part of community. The reality is when you're in community, not everyone agrees with everything. Amen. All right? Sometimes you're doing things that you wouldn't do yourself. But one of the best ways we can love one another is to understand how other people live, how they operate, and being able to be respectful to that. Yes? All right, Pastor John, can you show us the way?
All right, so you are most welcome. Let's go.
We have a lot of kids today.
Yeah.
Is this, have you had as many kids here as this before?
We have combined the schools.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them belong to me. Some are secondary school. Me, I have just a few primary sections.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, look, there's a little pig right there.
That is my neighbors.
That's your neighbor's pig?
Yeah, they are ready. Are they sweet? They are good. They taste good.
You know what I need?
I don't know. You need the seed.
Yeah. Farmers.
Farmers are ever like that.
Whenever they go.
Hey. So, you are welcome.
Wow, look at this pig.
Teacher, begin from this way.
Woo! About to say, can they see you?
Others can come. Oh,
Hi there,
are you here?
Oh, she's so precious.
It's delivered today.
Oh, really?
Morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Others can come this way.
Okay, come on, Eva. Yep, keep coming. Come on this side and the other side. Yep, this was definitely not made for tall people.
Yeah. We need to make adjustments.
All right, can everyone see?
Yes.
All right, so Pastor John, tell us about what you have right here.
I have, this is the mother. These are the piglets, the little ones. It gave birth to 11. One, it wasn't succeed due to some disabilities with it. But this breed is one of the good breeds we have. But this breed is different from the other one. Yes. Now I have 10 pigs in here.
Good, good. That's one thing about pigs and piggery that makes piggery so successful is that unlike cattle, unlike sheep, unlike goats, pigs give birth to a multitude, many babies. Part of the reason why that's very important is because you make more money with more babies than if you had one baby or two babies. Does that make sense? So one of the beautiful things about pigs is that they allow for a farmer to be able to make more profitability compared to most livestock. Another thing about pigs that is really important to understand is that they don't require as much land. So when you graze goats, sheep, cattle, have you noticed how the herdsman is constantly moving that animal from place to place? The reason why they need to be moved around is because, generally speaking, there usually is not enough grass in the one area that they're from. So they have to constantly move them around so that they can get fresh grass. Pigs, as well as chickens, do not need fresh grass. Part of the reason why is they are not herbivores. Herbivores are like the cattle, the sheep, the goats, the antelope, the water buffalo. They eat grass. They are dependent on eating grass. Pigs and poultry are not herbivores. They are omnivores. Omnivore means they eat both plant material as well as meat material if you give it to them. So a pig can't eat a chicken if it wanted to. A pig can't eat a piece of a cow leg if you gave it beef. It will eat it. Same thing with chickens. If you've seen chickens, if a dead chicken is in the pen, some of the chickens will start eating at that dead chicken. So pigs and poultry eat both plant material and animal material. That's part of the reason why they don't need fresh grass. Again, most of the diet that you're going to usually feed pigs is going to be maize. In America, we call it corn, but here you call it maize. And soya. In America, we call it soybean, but here you call it soya. So generally with the corn, that provides energy for the pig to move around. Energy also provides weight. Yes, weight. And that's important because you want your pig to gain weight. But also the soya, the soybean meal, that provides protein. Protein helps build muscles, strong muscles. Yes. Do some of you want strong muscles? The men, boys, do you not want strong muscles? So the reason why having soya is important is because at the end of the day, pigs are here for their meat. So the more meat that you can pack onto a pig, the more money you can make. The more money you can make, the more you can impact your family and your household. Does that make sense? So when we think about farming, farming is for even business people. Now, there are people who are less fortunate, who have less means, that are farming. There is nothing wrong with that, right? Come on, mommy. Come on, mommy. There you go. Sometimes the mom forgets that there's a piglet behind her when she sits down.
Yeah.
But in America, there's a lot of shame towards farming for people who think that farming is disgusting, think that farming is not for them, think that farming is for lesser people. Farming is not for lesser people. Farming is also for the greatest people in the world. Amen. So when it comes to farming, we're not just looking at farming as raising crops simply for food. You can also look at farming as how to start a business, even at a very small scale. Providing even a little bit of income for your family can really make the difference. One of the things about Africa that I really appreciate is that one pig, literally one pig, can provide an education and school fees for a child's entire semester, entire year. In America, we take that for granted because our education is free. We don't have to pay for school. But here y'all do. Right? So if you were to raise pigs and you were to grow out one pig, would that not be able to help afford you to go to school, or for your sister or your little brother to be able to go to school? That's why pig farming is so important for most African communities. Does that make sense? Good. Now, Pastor John, tell us more about your sow that you have here.
I want to give you a brief history about my farm. I used to get a rope and tie on the tree. But after the training, I was taught to make simple structure like this, and I have seen it profitable more than the other system. Another thing, I want you to join this business because it is profitable. Even if you are a student like you can as well get this project home, because I can, for me, I sell this piglet at 100.
Say that one more time.
One more child is 100. Right now I have 1 million here.
Woo.
On the little ones. You get the point. Now, after 1 month, I'm going to give them proper feeding and treatment. Then I release them off, and then I take this one to a he pig
to a boar. We call it a boar.
A boar.
Yes, a
Thank
boar.
you.
A male pig
Yes.
that has not been castrated is called a boar. Go ahead.
Now, I have made more money through this system than the other system. Secondly, this system is affordable. People outside there scare you that pigs eat a lot. Pigs, what? Like the teacher said. Yes, there are some ingredients I can put in my feeds, but they don't eat a lot. Most of the time I bring in green. Another thing is, if you can look around, I get more harvests through manure. The manure I get from the pig, I put on my crops, and I get higher yields.
What kind of crops are you growing right now?
I grow coffee, I grow matoke, I grow maize. I can get my manure from there. I dig the holes in the garden. I put 1 spade per hole. When I take you to my shamba and you look at my maize, really you can wonder. Even my harvest is heavy. Everything has changed. My income improved. Crop production higher. Everything fine. So I can't leave alone this business.
And that's the beautiful thing about pig farming.
Yes.
Is that even the manure is worth something.
Another thing my teacher I want to give to the learners is a pig is a wonderful animal. It is very clean. Yes, it is. Why? These people are still outside doing their work, but they are coming in to wash these the structures properly. By noontime here you come, you are going to find something different. A pig defecates in one place, like here, one corner, doesn't get anywhere. I mean, anywhere. It can urinate in one corner. The rest of the place is dry. I think you can witness. Yes, it is clean. It is a clean animal. Yes. So teacher can proceed.
Yes. So that's one of the misconceptions about pigs when it comes to religious restrictions. Part of the reason why people thought of pigs as stinky, stupid, dirty animals is because of how we raise them. Pigs are actually very hygienic when they have enough space. Pigs can't clean themselves, but when they have enough space, they're able to pick a spot to defecate, to have their manure, rather than being covered in their filth. So when I first met Pastor Jonathan, one of the things that I shared with him is create more open space for your pigs, and you will notice that they will be a lot more cleaner. So when we raise pigs in this kind of environment, it is our responsibility, the human's responsibility, to make sure that the pig has a healthy, clean environment. That doesn't just account for pigs. If you want to raise poultry, if you want to raise sheep, if you want to raise goats, and let's say you're keeping them in a confined space, a singular space, then you need to make sure that they are living in a relatively clean environment. Because when they don't live in a clean environment, they have more health issues. Part of the reason why they have more health issues is because they're constantly around their manure, their urine. And so that does not allow for them to grow as big. They tend to be a little bit smaller because they're fighting illnesses constantly. But when Pastor John innovated, he said, you know what? I listened to Pork Rhyne. I'm going to make more space. Then what happened?
My animals.
His animals got healthier.
Yes.
When he increased his practices, increased his cleanliness, his animals stayed healthier, gave birth to healthier piglets. You know, you mentioned one of your piglets that had been born had passed away.
Yeah.
And one of the things about pig farming is the sow would give birth to so many pigs. That is not, it's not uncommon for a piglet or two to pass away. That's not uncommon. But guess what? If you raised a cow and you got a calf and the calf died, are you not sad?
Yes.
Would that not impact you economically if you had no calf versus a pig that gives birth to how many?
11.
11.
Yes.
And only one dies. You still have 10 pigs.
Yes.
Do you see how that works with economics, with money? So if one cow gives birth to a calf and that calf dies, you have no money.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But when you raise a pig and that pig gives birth to 11 and only one or even two or even 5 die, you still have plenty of more piglets. Also with a calf, it takes a long time to grow it out, to raise it, right? Right? A pig can reach a good weight between 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months. In the United States, when we are raising cattle, we raise cattle between a year and a half to 2.5 years. That's a long time to get your money. Do you want your money today or in a year?
Today.
Today?
Yeah.
Or in a year? Tell me, when do you want your money? Today. Amen. Amen. So that's important. Pastor John, tell me more about what you're doing here.
Yes. Right now, I chose to, through the training, I have extended my farm. And the following few minutes, my workers on the farm are coming to open here. They go out. They do some exercise. They enjoy. They get sunshine while they are working up here. We keep the doors open when the animals are out. They go out and in. Why? They need to get more peace and freedom. But we don't confine them in one place like this. We only choose to close the doors because we knew you were coming.
Yes, and part of that is being able to make sure that the pig is active and healthy. Some of the sickest people in the world are people who barely move. In the United States of America, most of the people who are sick, they are sick because they are not active. Sure, also they eat junk food, but mainly because they are not active enough. They're not walking around. We drive them everywhere. Many of you, do you not walk to school? Yes? Yes. Most kids do not walk to school. They have big yellow buses that take them to school, right? Most parents do not walk to work. They drive 30 minutes in one direction. And then when they get to work, they're seated the entire time. And so that's what causes a lot of Americans to not be healthy. The same concept, the same example applies to piggery. When your sow, which is a mama pig, a mother pig, that's what we call mother pigs. We call them sows. S-O-W. Repeat after me. S-O-W. Yeah, good.
Yes.
So when you allow your mommy pig, your sow, to move around, that allows for her to stay healthy. Again, she gets to play with the piglets. She gets to play with the other mother pigs. And the piglets get to play with the other piglets. It's a fun time for everybody. And then if you're a pig farmer and you see all this happening, the main thing you're going to experience is a smile on your face. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Pastor, when you see your pigs, do you not smile?
I feel good, highly. Yes. Another thing is about feeding. Before I got the training and I began this practice, we used even to spend a lot of money and time cooking food for them. But this type of keeping animals, we're no longer cooking food. We simply bring in maize bland, which is properly mixed, and green water, period. And we end up with such.
And that's the thing about pig farming, is that you have two types of pig farming. You have those who have an expertise in breeding, and you have those who have an expertise in raising pigs. So when you are a breeder, when you are breeding pigs, when you're breeding a pig just like this, one of the important things to understand is that they don't need the same kind of nutrition that a growing pig would need, right? So you don't have to feed them a high nutritious formulated diet the way that you would need to be able to feed a pig that was going to be raised for slaughter. She is not being raised for slaughter. She's being raised for breeding. So you don't have to have the same expensive feed ingredients that you would basically need if you're raising pigs for slaughter. So even in the United States of America, I have farmed pigs both as a breeder and as a raiser of pigs for slaughter. And I can tell you, this way is very easy. It's very easy and it's very cost effective. You get a lot of bang for your buck. You're able to generate a good income without having high feed bills. Compared to if you were growing a pig out for slaughter, they are very dependent on quality feed. Sows do not necessarily need quality feed to produce piglets. Does that make sense? Yes. Good. Also, if you are considering raising pigs for breeding and you raise a sow, making sure she has enough energy is important. Maize bran, that's a form of energy. That's a form of calories, right? When you are feeding her plenty of maize bran, she's able to produce milk. And that milk able to nourish those piglets. So when you don't feed her enough calories, enough maize bran, she doesn't produce enough milk. If she doesn't produce enough milk, then she doesn't have healthy piglets that grow out fully. And so when she doesn't have piglets that grow out fully, then you don't make as much money. Because people are not just looking at the pig, they're looking at how much the pig weighs. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
With the feed, they do eat vegetation. One of you kids, can you give me a banana leaf? Just anywhere. Just give me a banana leaf. It doesn't even have to be a good one. Oh, there we go. Thank you, brother. What's your name? What's your name? Jamada. Nice to meet you, brother. Thank you. All right, so you see this? Most people think, oh, pigs, they don't eat grass. They don't eat plants. All they need is soya and maize. Check this out. Hey. Woo, woo, woo. She almost bit my hand. Just kidding. Hey. Woo, look at that. Look at that. Hey. Yes. Now, here's the thing about feeding pigs forage. That's in the United States of America. We call that forage, vegetation. So when you're feeding a pig vegetation, it needs to be soft, not tough vegetation. So coffee leaves might be a little too tough for a pig.
Yeah.
But something soft, easy to tear apart, like a banana leaf, actually is very good for a pig. And you see how happy that pig is. It is enjoying what it's doing.
Yes. I want to encourage you, don't fail to go with your studies ahead because the parents doesn't have money to pay for your school fees, for your HS and whatever. All right. This project is easy and it is affordable, and even a learner, a student like you, can manage to run this project back home. It is very easy and simple. So I encourage you, when you go home, share this knowledge with your teachers and parents, and it is a good of raising money to meet your school fees requirements. Another thing I want to tell you, through the Eat Better program, we are very many farmers. We are very many farmers. People around this place, especially Kapeka, sub-county, we have very many farmers who are doing what I'm doing. And some of them put in more money and they have put it on another level. Their farms look nicer than mine. So don't delay. Go and take this knowledge to your parents. We are here to help you. If you need some advice, please, you can come back and I can give you my contact. When you reach there and the things don't work out for you, just call me. I'm ready to help you. Do you have some questions?
And you want to start a project. What's the best way of doing it to experience success? Great question. What's your name? Jonathan. Great question, Jonathan. To answer that very simply, start with one pig. You can reach out to Pastor Jonathan or somebody else for a piglet. See if you're even interested in raising pigs. See if you're even good at raising pigs. Start small, okay? If you raise one pig and you can grow it out and you enjoyed the experience, then you can consider getting more pigs for next year, or maybe even investing in a sow. But here's the thing, if you want to grow pigs, and we're going to talk about budgeting and bookkeeping later on, but just to kind of give you a preview, when you make a profit, when you make revenue off of a pig, you don't spend it all on whatever you want to. You want to invest some of that money back into getting another pig for next year, getting 2 pigs for next year instead of 1, getting 3 pigs for next year instead of 2. Once you do that, other things you want to consider with the setup for raising a pig is making sure that the environment is feasible. I recommend concrete over dirt. Dirt, it doesn't keep shape, if that makes sense. So I would recommend concrete. If you realize you can't afford concrete, that's okay. You can start out on dirt. You do want to make sure that your pig has some type of perimeter around it. If you want to start out with raising a pig on a leash, nothing inherently wrong with that. But if you want to scale up, grow bigger, be better, then you will have to think about considering having a fencing system like this. This keeps the pigs protected. It makes them feel safe. Also, pigs don't have simply 4-legged predators. They have 2-legged predators. Can you guess who those 2-legged predators are? They got 2-legged predators. Guess what those 2-legged predators are? Who walks on 2 legs? Who? Man does. Man does. I cannot tell you how many pig farmers in Uganda and in Tanzania that I have met who have lost their entire operations because of 2-legged predators, meaning people who would come onto their farm, steal their pigs or kill their pigs, right? So having a system like this allows for you to help prevent theft, people stealing your pigs, compared to if a pig was on a leash, all a person has to do is cut the leash and then walk away with your pig. A system like this, it requires more work and effort. So we want to make sure that your investment is protected. Pigs are not simply animals. They are an investment. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. All right. So if you start out with a dirt floor, nothing wrong with that. No shame in that. Eventually, you do want to at least get siding, then put down some type of concrete, just so that way when you're washing the floor, so that way you can keep the place clean. It's a lot easier to keep a concrete clean than it is to keep dirt clean. Amen? All right. When it comes to feeding, again, you can do soya and maize bran. There are different ways of formulating that feed. I would say reach out to Pastor Jonathan. He will help you with a feed formulation. But then also, like we just showed, you can feed other vegetation to pigs as well. And that helps reduce your feed costs. Okay? Okay, does that make sense to everybody? All right, any more questions?